Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be talking about 3 practices that you can start incorporating into your feminine routine. So as someone who, if you're just starting out in embodying femininity and wanting to become more of a feminine woman, there are 3 things that you can easily add into your routine that's going to help you be able to access that energy more. One of the very first ones that I use in my life, and that works for me all the time, is practicing the art of slowing down. So let me explain to you what happens when you are always rushing or you're always in a state of anxiety or things like that, and you're wanting to do the next thing. So what happens is that your nervous system starts to think that you are in danger. So let me give you an example. Say you're rushing to take the train and you missed your train, and now you're just panicking, you're not sure what you're going to do. What's happening to your body in that moment is that your nervous system goes into fight or flight. So it thinks that a lion is about to eat you. And so what it's going to do is it's either going to cause you to fight through that situation, or it's going to cause you to leave the situation. So overall, it's trying to make you survive. And when you are in a state of survival, as a woman, you are going to be forced to be in your masculine energy because literally the body thinks you're going to die. So one of the quickest ways that you can easily access your feminine energy for free is slowing down your day, slowing down your activities. Don't take up too much on your plate. If you take up too much on your plate, you are going to get triggered into survival mode. And when you get triggered into survival mode, your body thinks you are about to be eaten by a lion, and the process starts from there, right? So one of the things that helps me is in the morning when I wake up, I review the things that I have to do. If it's too much, and if I feel like too many things are plugging into my energy, then I cut it down. I cut out the things that I don't have to do that day. If I, for example, I'm going to take the train and I miss my train, oh well, such is life. I let it go. I let it go. I don't let it stress me. Hey, you know what? I missed the train. I'll get the next one. So I plan my days in such a way that I have enough time and space to do the thing. I don't have my TDL, to-do list, so close to one another that I don't even have time to breathe. I don't even have time to chill. When I know that I have too much in my day, I start looking for ways to cut things out, or I start looking for ways to incorporate rest practices. I'll teach that in another video, but restful practices as I'm doing this thing, so that my energy is not always in a state of fight or flight. So slowing down your day, reviewing the things that you have to do, and being aware. Be aware of what is plugging into you. When I mean plugging into you, I mean, where is your energy going? Who is accessing your energy? How long are they accessing your energy? You have to be extremely energy conscious when you are on this journey. You cannot be casual about how you spend your time or who you give your time to, because you, my dear, you become the thing that you repeatedly do. And so it's important that you take that awareness and understand, where is my energy going? Who is my energy going to? What can I do to make sure that I am not in a state of survival or fight or flight, and allow my body to be peaceful enough to allow me access my feminine energy. Now, a caveat here, and I hear this a lot, is, we're teaching women to be feminine, to be feminine, and to be feminine, but this lady hasn't eaten food. She hasn't taken care of herself. She hasn't essentially achieved the basic things that are needed for human survival. If you are in that state where you're still hustling, you're trying to get a job, you don't have money to pay your rent and things like that, it's a lot harder to say, oh, be feminine, oh, just rest in your feminine. Girl, you need to survive. So allow yourself to do the hustle, do the things that you need to do to achieve the basic human needs of survival. And when that is done, then you can then access your more luxurious feminine energy. All right, so the second tip that I wanted to give is talk less. Talk less and speak more with your energy. What does this mean? So talking to you guys now and verbal communication is a form of energy, right? So you're using your energy to talk. If you are somebody that constantly talks and over talks, you're leaking energy. And when you start leaking energy, it becomes harder to access your more luxurious feminine energy because your body may be triggered into a state of fight or flight. When it notices that energy is constantly leaving you and it's not being replaced, it's going to be triggered into a state of fight or flight. It is just what it is. Okay, I'm not a biologist or anything like that, but what I've learned about the nervous system and our body, its basic instinct is to survive. So anything that you can do to trick the body into feeling like it's rested and it's not trying to survive will make it easier for you to be able to access your feminine energy. And one of the ways that I've noticed in women, myself included in the past, is that we leak energy because we just talk too much. Talk less, speak with your energy. And the interesting thing about this is that when you're talking to someone, I think they say 5% is verbal communication, 5 to 10%. So when you're using your words, that's not actually what they're utilizing to judge the situation. They're reading your body language anyways, and based on that, they're going to respond to your body language. And so being able to just talk less and speak more with your energy, it's still doing the communication, but you're not leaking energy, right? And I know this tip it's a very sensitive one, especially for the modern woman, because we are in that phase where we found our voice, right? So you go from, being a people pleaser and not having a voice to being a powerful woman and being able to access your voice and have your opinions and being able to express yourself, being seen and heard. You go from there. The next level is then recognizing that, am I speaking just because I want to perform? Or am I speaking because I'm seeking some sort of validation? Or am I speaking because I want to speak, right? So there are two different things. And what has worked for me is if I'm in a situation where verbally communicating it feels like a waste of my time, then I just allow my energy to speak for itself. And communications to take space, but I'm not drained, I'm not leaking energy, and I'm able to still access my yummy, juicy, delicious feminine energy. Another part to this tip is this doesn't mean that you're going to become passive, right? We're not in the 1950s when women were always smiling and not talking. No, we're not there. Excuse me. We're in the modern day 21st century, right? So your voice is important, right? I'm using my voice to teach you guys now. So your voice is important. But what I'm saying is use it wisely. Use it in a way that it's necessary and less of a more seeking validation or external people pleasing and things like that, right? Be aware. Be aware if you are chatting with someone and you're over talking. Why? Why are you over talking? What is it you're trying to overcompensate for? And do the inner work to heal that, because when you do, you're going to realize that you don't have to constantly be talking or be speaking all the time. Unless, of course, you're asked to, then, my lady, go ahead. So my third and final tip, you guys probably know this one. It's one of my favorite things to do, and that is adding and practicing self-care. So adding some level of self-care into your daily routine. So let me tell you what happens when you take the time, take the energy, take the resources to pour into you. Let me tell you what happens. You start to feel worthy of that energy. You start to feel like, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this goddess, right? You start to feel like that. And it comes from a place of strength and not from a place of insecurity and things like that. And when you're feeling yummy and you're just feeling so worthy and so juicy, or rather so happy to have that juicy energy, you are automatically in your feminine energy. You start to feel relaxed. You start to feel like life just feels so breezy, like ease, like flow. Like you don't have to work so hard to get things done. Things will get done. You still do it, but there's no struggle. There's no misalignment. There's no forcing anything, right? Things just flow with ease because you are feeling full. You are feeling so yummy. You are feeling so, yes, that's how I can say it. Sorry, I try to think of the right vocabulary to use, but it's just, that's just how it feels for me. And when you're in that state, you will notice that you're going to feel light, you're going to feel playful, you're not going to take things seriously, things are going to feel much more fun and pleasurable, and you're going to enjoy life more. So yes, add some level of self-care into your routine. So I do have a video, I'm going to link it for you guys, where I talk about the internal and the external things that you can do to care for yourself. So watch that and start to incorporate some of those tips. But just to kind of reiterate for you guys, so something as simple as doing your exercise every morning, or doing some level of journaling and just kind of expressing your thoughts in your journal, or dancing if that's your thing, or some fun activity that helps you, you know, feel full, right? Being able to incorporate things like that, it's going to make it easy for you to access your feminine energy when you need to. So I hope this video was useful for you guys. There are so many tips that I could give here, but I wanted to start this with an introductory one. Maybe in the future I might create another one and another one and another one. Who knows? I likely will. But hopefully you guys can start with these 3 tips to building your femininity and presence in life. Other than that, ladies, I'll see you guys in my next video.